Hello everyone. As you probably already know by the title, you are watching a video on how to remove the fur of a 2012 Furby and wash it so that the Furby doesn't take any damage, and nor does the fur. And this also works for Furby Booms. The Furby Booms skeleton is a little bit different, but it essentially has the same method of working. So this should work for both 2012 Furby Booms. So this is what you'll end up with. This is the skeleton, the robot part of the Furby. You can see the touch sensors here and the part that moves a little and stuff. So you don't really want to mess around with this part unless you're doing some repair or something, but I can't really repair these Furbies, so I'm not gonna go into that. And okay, so here's the bottom of the Furby, and here's the fur. This was a white Furby, and she was really dirty. She was almost a brown color, more than a white color when I got her, and she smelled really bad and everything. So I needed to wash her. And now her fur is great, in great condition. Very soft, very white, as if she was new. And also, there's this little pouch inside that has the touch sensor for the tickling and stuff. So, I'll show you. So, I have another Furby here who is not skinned, and I'm gonna just show you real quick how to take off the fur and what kind of things. Oh no. Well, the first thing you want to do is remove the bottom and remove the batteries. I'll be back in a second. So now he no longer has batteries, as you can see, and don't worry, taking off the batteries will not reset your Furby. It will not remove his or her personality. It will not make him or her forget any English they learned and stuff. So it's totally safe to do this. So next thing you're gonna see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws in the bottom. You have to screw all of them off. And that's what I'm gonna do next. And I'm just gonna skip the boring screwing part, since my screwdriver is not quite the right size, so it takes me a while to get these out. So I have finally taken all the screws out, and this thing right here just pops right out. So the next thing you wanna do, you wanna be really careful as you just start pulling back the fur. It comes off fairly easily with these skinnier ones, but with the fatter ones, if you will, it's kind of harder. But you'll make it. So back here, you have a little string holding the tail to the little lever that makes your Furby or lets her know that you're pulling its tail. So you wanna just unhook that little ribbon. Let me see if I can, yeah. There, it comes right off. And then you just continue. The two ribbons are held together, but you can just... This is so hard. No, this is not hard, it's hard to try to explain at the same time. But the two ribbons just come apart like that. And then you continue pulling back the skin. See if you can see better. And then you're gonna find out there's a red wire here. There's a red wire like this. You have to be very careful with it since it is the touch sensor, or I mean the tickle sensor on the belly, and you can just take it apart like this. You just pull it apart. Carefully though. You don't want this wire to break. Yeah. Then you just pull back, kind of flip the fur over, and you're gonna reveal more and more of the skeleton of the Furby. And the next part you wanna do is here, where the beak starts. So there are these little clips that hold the beak down, and you just want to take your screwdriver or whatever and kind of feel around the tabs. The clips should come right off, but sometimes they don't, and it's okay if you break one of these. You can just glue them back on. And there's also a screw in here on the both sides, and you want to make sure to screw those out and put the screws in a safe place. Like I have a little bag here for my white Furby. So yeah, that's it. And this little pouch is actually sewn on to the fur, so you wanna just cut it off here and here and here. And you wanna store the pouch in a safe place so it doesn't get all messed up. You can just sew it back on or glue it back on. It's not a big deal really. You just wanna be mindful that the wire needs to be unharmed. So yeah, and then you go. I'm not gonna skin this Furby all the way since his fur is fine. He's alright. And yeah, so this was just to show how to do the first part of the process. And when you come to the ears, let me see if I can show you. Yes, there is, I don't know how well you can see, but as you do this, you're gonna notice that the fur is sewn on to this little plastic circle. So you wanna just either cut or just whatever you need to do really carefully with nail clipping scissors, maybe some small scissors. You wanna take out the stitches so you can just pull the fur off the ear, over the ear. Otherwise it won't come off. And you really don't wanna... I saw another tutorial on this thing and the guy just cut open the fur from here and it was really painful to watch. So I figured I'd just put that out there, that you actually don't need to cut the fur. Just take out the stitches. It's easy. It's It's way better than cutting off the fur, actually. So, I'm just gonna put this Furby back together, and when I'm done with that, we are gonna come back to our little snowball and see how she looks with her new fur. Wow, look at Snowball, she's almost ready. And like I said, the clips inside here, they go back in their places. And if you broke any of the clips, you can just glue them back on. I didn't have my glue with me, so I'll do that later. But for example, I broke a few clips here, so the top of the head doesn't really stay in place. But as I don't really play with my Furbies much, they're just for show, pretty much. It doesn't really matter. But if you play with your Furbies, you probably should consider just surface washing the Furby, since that's also a very good solution to a dirty Furby problem. But if you're like me and you happen to have a used white Furby who was actually brownish and smelled awful, this is certainly a good way to do it as well. And yeah, I'm just gonna continue putting Snowball back together, and yeah, she'll come back to life soon. And oh yeah, if you break any of the clips around here or around the ears, that's totally fine. The clips are not anything more than for the purpose of keeping the fur in place. As you can see, now that the clip is not there, you can just pull the fur back, and that isn't really nice. So if you break any of the clips, that is not the end of the world. You can use glue instead, and it doesn't affect the way your Furby works. And since Furbies weren't really designed to be taken apart like this in the first place, it is pretty understandable that the clips are gonna break. But yeah, just a little disclaimer here. Now I'm gonna be putting back in the little pouch, and I'm not gonna be sewing it back onto the fur or anything because I'm lazy, and also because I know that it doesn't have any room to move around really, so it's gonna be fine.
Got
as you can see, Snowball is back to herself. She's back together. She's clean.
Okay.
She's fully working. No damage. Yeah.
Hey, Cotton, hey. You? Really? DJ Aha. Good food. Baby's high.
So yeah, that's about it.
Not Lulu.
I hope this helped. And I can't really speak. Oh, I must have bumped her batteries. Jeez. Sorry about that, Snowball. But yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope this tutorial helps you to get your Furbies clean. And just to remove the fur if you need to do some repair. Yeah. Thanks.
Blah 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 blah.